whatever I was doing wasn't working, not having to do it by myself anymore. It's too hard. Give it back to God, and that's what I've done, and I feel a lot better for it. But now that I've looked in the right place, I've definitely found a lot of peace and a lot more tranquility. My name is Chris Pinkett. I currently live in Atlanta, and I'm connected with the gathering because I've been watching all the messages online. One of the things that has been stressing me out is I've been out of work for about a year. Kirk Keller introduced me to the gathering because he knew I was struggling with a lot of things. He said, check these guys out. The church is really great. It doesn't have 100 million check boxes that you have to do. What I was doing, my relationship with God was intellectual. And so I decided it would be a great idea to do it my way. And that didn't work out at all. I've been watching a lot of the videos from the gathering on YouTube. One of the ones that comes to mind is when we pair generosity with gratitude, and how that's a winning combination to stay away from the mindset of, I want this, I need this, I deserve this. I was very anxious, prone to both anxiety and depression, which I still am, but I find that the burden is much less now. The way I'm thinking of it is, it's not my problem to worry about. It's God's. On my phone, I keep a gratitude list, and I try to add to it every day, trying to do about 10 things I'm grateful for every day. So I know that is one of the ways in to not worrying about what I don't have right now, is be thankful for the things I do have. I like to couple that with generosity, and I think that's a good little equation to work with. What I've gone from is, I'm not working and it's really horrible and it's really tough, to I'm not working, and somehow I've been able to see the provision in that. Even though I'm not working, I sit back and say, all my needs are met. I think the major turning point in my life, it happened in my early 30s, so about 20 years ago. I lost both my parents. I think that was the beginning of being drawn back to God. I recently completely killed one of my social media accounts and rebooted it because I was posting too much of my craziness. Well, if I'm doing it with a Facebook account, why don't I just go ahead and do it with my entire life and reboot everything? So that's why I decided to talk to Kirk about maybe coming up to visit and maybe checking out the gathering. Kirk immediately said, that's great, let's do it. When you come up here, why don't you get baptized? And I thought about it for all of a second. I'm like, I'm in, let's do it. The baptism will definitely serve as a reset for me, because finally I'll be able to show everybody this is what I'm doing, and I'm making it public. One of the main things that I'm looking forward to is having God in my corner and really developing a relationship with him and getting to know him.
All right, well, Chris, I'm so glad you made the trip up here to be with us today. You and I have been messaging for a while, and I'm not going to get it exactly right, but I remember maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, you sent me a message that I thought was so powerful that you just said, something's happening to me. And I'm so excited that you're taking that, something that's happening inside to you, and going public with it today. And this is a big step in your spiritual reboot, like that word. So, you ready? All right, let's do this.
I am excited to live the new life that he has for you. I am. And I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Will shine.